Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? Let's just start there. This is your Taurus and Sagittarius sitting in a tree, Kissing. That's the second time that card's come up in the past 5 minutes. This is going to be for the month of March. Might as well just blow February off. It's gone. The extra day is just that, an extra day. What's going on with Taurus and Sagittarius? It feels like there's some conflict going on between my Taurus and Sag babies. One of y'all wants to go one way. Choose wisely. There you go. And somebody else wants to go the other way. That's the third time that card has popped up. But the energy is feeling like there's some tension, there's some stress in your relationship. There's some shit going on, period. This is going to be for Taurus and Sagittarius, kissing in a tree. Your March 2020 reading. Thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. Please continue to do so. I love you all. Y'all humble me every day. I was looking at Taurus and Sagittarius numbers for the November reading. 566 of y'all read that, heard that. So, okay. There's your Sagittarius. Everybody just stressed the fuck out. Somebody's got some new ideas, though. Let's see what we got going on here with my Taurus and Sagittarius babies. It's still not too late to get your $10 Two of Cups love reading. Those of you interested, see the information below. I know Tauruses are like, EJ, you really are going through the whole. I am, because I keep forgetting to say all of this, because I just start reading. As soon as I cut the camera on, I'm just gone. But trying to remember to do my housekeeping. What else? There's a lot of shit going on with Taurus and Sagittarius. What the hell? Okay, let me just get the cards on the damn table. So we do 3 for the recent past, 2 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. I do 2 for overall energy, and I will let the oracle cards fall where they will. And for some reason, it feels like my heart is just stuck up in my throat. So I know something is going on with my Taurus and Sagittarius babies. There's my Taurus. Uh-oh. So authority and emotional withdrawal are pounding out the overall energy. Recent past brings up harmony, victory and success, and wisdom. Current energy brings up accelerated motion, the sacral chakra, or the I want, and temptation. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And future energy brings triumph, fulfillment of wishes, and partnerships. Wow. From the little deck, and this is a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Authority is pulling the Chariot. Oh boy, emotional withdrawal, pulling a Tower. I told y'all, there's some shit going on here. Harmony pulls the Star card. Victory and success pulls Justice. Wisdom pulls the Princess of Swords. Accelerated motion pulls the Ten of Swords. The Sacral Chakra, or I want, pulls the World. Whoa. Temptation pulls the communication card, the Ace of Swords. Triumph pulls the Wheel of Fortune. Fulfillment of wishes pulls the Four of Wands, and partnerships and alliances pulls the Knight of Wands. Oh boy. Well, Taurus and Sagittarius, what the hell do you want me to say? Because this is just a hot mess right here. And if we just took all of the, I call the little cards the emotional cards, and just look at what's down here at the bottom, it doesn't seem nearly as bad until you put the little cards on top, and then you got a whole different set of situations going on here. There are too many storylines to keep up with, so I'm not even going to try and pinpoint any one or two or three. I'm going to try and pick up on the big energy that I feel, and I do feel a lot of tension looking at the Justice card. There are some things that are out of balance, and for some of you, this may harken back to a child support case where maybe the parent that has the custody feels like they're doing too much and the other parent is not doing enough as far as money is concerned, and that may be a pressure point within the Taurus and Sagittarius relationship right now. At one point there was some harmony and somebody was feeling like, superstar, wishes fulfilled and whatnot. But with this is a tinge of laziness or complacency, if you will. So I'm not just looking at the star card, I'm really looking at old girl just kind of sprawled out there like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm here. And okay, let me start at the beginning. Overall energy. And Taurus, this is you all damn day, I'm sorry. You are thinking about which direction you want to go in. It feels like it starts with the relationship, but underneath all of that, there are other changes that you want to make. As far as your personal, professional shit, personally professional, y'all know what I'm saying. Your personal, professional goals, that's what I'm trying to say. It feels like the relationship, though, is just going to be the thing that you need to fall apart so you can go off in whatever direction you want to go in. And the visual that's coming to mind is a puzzle that's just being completely lifted off of whatever flat surface it's on, and the pieces just going in a million different directions. That's what this feels like. You are, Taurus, trying to be the authority in your life. And you're trying to, it feels like a lot of you are trying to reclaim your stake and what you want to do. But this is your overall energy. Y'all are really seriously, this major card, thinking about what direction you want to go in. And the relationship is on the chopping block. Which brings us here. And this feels more like Sagittarius for some reason. Like they have emotionally withdrawn. Even though Taurus, this is your overall energy, and this is the back end of it. You've withdrawn, but I'm feeling more of the Sagittarius withdrawn, and just the Tower card is just the breaking point. And so if you haven't gotten to this point, whoever this is resonating with, I'm sure you feel it, and it's just going to be one more damn thing, and that's going to be the end of that. The thing with any of this, though, is that it's not a careless kind of breakup from your perspective, Taurus, because even though, you're breaking up so you can get on to some bigger and better things in other areas of your life, this just doesn't feel like just a careless, fuck it, I'm breaking up. You're thinking about this, and you're putting a lot of thought into it. You're thinking about your past and how you started in the relationship with a lot of harmony, and wishes fulfilled. Again, though, I still feel that tinge of, I think Sagittarius may have felt like Taurus just got too complacent, but in this relationship, and so now let me say the piece of the storyline that I'll give you, relationships that are a year or two old, maybe older, but I don't think so. So this is not new relationship stuff. So if you're in a new Taurus Sagittarius pairing, this is probably not going to be the reading for you, because this has got some old embedded shit in it. And yeah, this is older relationships. So if you've been in your relationship with your Sagittarius Taurus for at least a year, we can start there and move forward. Anybody else, any relationships newer than that, this is probably not going to resonate with you. Again, there's a lot of shit in here embedded. But the bigger thing is that both of of you, it feels like, have been kind of dissatisfied all the way through. And so now, whoever is on the outside looking in, this is the energy that's coming with this. They really wanted to just mess up whatever victory and success they thought Taurus and Sagittarius had. Courts are coming to mind, and it's an ex on somebody's side or somebody's family member, but they did nothing but just try to keep up a whole lot of bullshit when y'all were trying to really enjoy the fruits of your labor, if you will, of your relationship. That, whenever this started or whenever it restarted or recently started, this is what feels like maybe the tipping point for a lot of you. At the end of the recent past, the wisdom, Taurus is just all about trying to know and know thoroughly. But that did not keep Taurus out of their head, and it certainly didn't keep the arguments down. But again, wisdom. And so in this pairing, it feels like one of you is older than the other by years. And so that's the wisdom. I don't know, it could be Taurus, it could be Sagittarius. The stronger feeling is the Taurus. And you really didn't want to go through this. Once again, that wisdom piece. But you couldn't help it because a lot of situations and things just kind of rolling around in your head, the least of which was third-party situations. This is your recent past. What brings you to the current just couldn't be just fuck. I'm tired. It's too much. It's too much drama. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And it's coming too fast. And always with the baby mama, the baby daddy, and something in the da-da-dee-da-da-da. Right here. And Taurus, in your head a lot with this, but you're in your head because you're feeling this. And it feels like it's just getting worse. Whatever the situation is, it's just hitting the rocks. It's just getting worse. And for everything that happens, it just feels like another brick is being pulled out from underneath you. Your challenge, your centerpiece card. Taurus, this is about you knowing what you want. And if you just want to look at it like it's the sunshine, you getting in your light, you standing in your truth. And this is the challenge for the next month. Figure out what it is exactly that you want. Which way do you want to go? And what is the Tower going to leave you with? Just put that where it is. There's wisdom here. There's wisdom. The wisdom card is there. There's wisdom. There's wisdom here. But this is about making that decision of which door stays open and which one gets closed, or vice versa. However, and a lot of you, like I said, are willing to just put the relationship on the chopping block because of the tension and the stress. And so the other side of this card about the universe got you, whatever you decide to do, but you still need to walk through whatever door it is you're trying to walk through. Sagittarius, if you're cross-watching, it's not just anything that you did. I have to say that, Sagittarius. If the reverse is true, if this is Sagittarius, it's energy, because I'm sure in some situations it's not Taurus, it is Sagittarius trying to make a determination. It's the same thing. You've got decisions to make, and you're going to have to choose a direction sooner rather than later. But this is really, the energy is not really Sagittarius towards Taurus, it's more Taurus towards Sagittarius. So however that's resonating with you, you're going to have to make the decision. Just know whatever decision you make, the universe has you and you can move forward. There may be the temptation to just say fuck it. And that this is sitting underneath this is not a mistake. This is actually the manifestation of this. Some of you may just say fuck it, I'm out. It may be an argument, there may be a fight, it may be all kind of stuff. But if I were looking at this way, there's no the communication. What communication there is warbled, for lack of a better word. Warped. just think of those of you old enough to know what an album, an actual record is, vinyl. You know, if you left it in the car in the heat, it would warp. Left it in the sun, it would warp. The same kind of thing with the communication. It's warped. Taurus saying one thing, Sagittarius hearing something completely different. Sagittarius saying something, and Taurus is not even hearing any of it. I'm just saying current energy, because the communication is all fucked up. You may just say fuck it, and the temptation to just throw the plate right the hell out the door, on the floor, wherever. That's where you are. That's what you're contemplating if you have not gotten to that point already. In your future energy, Taurus, just know whatever you decide to do, you'll be successful. But there's also an element of fate here with the Wheel of Fortune. So there are going to be some outside things that are going to contribute to helping you make this decision. All these big major cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 major cards on the board. Out of 10 cards, 11 cards. That's a lot. That's a lot. And so the bigger part of this is on Taurus, because primarily Uranus is in Taurus. So you're going through a transformation. I think that popped up when I was shuffling a couple times. Transformation card, because you are going through a transformation. That's where some of this is coming from. The old way you used to do things, especially when it comes to being in balance. This is Libra energy. So this third party might be a Libra, have some Libra crap in their chart, and they know that they're just doing shit to fuck shit up because they don't want the two of you together. And this is not new energy. This is old energy. They've been like this, and they have been doing their very best to make sure they can put a wedge in between you and your partner. And that is probably where a lot of the frustration is coming from, as well as the tension. But just know, in the future, in your future energy, and definitely towards the end of next month, the Wheel of Fortune is going to play a part. So Taurus, if you've been applying for jobs and the one in Las Calabasas calls you, which is exactly 500 miles away from where you live, that may be, again, the reason you need. That might just be the reason you need to pick a way to go, pick a direction to go in. For others of you, it may have something to do with your own children, and that may just be the thing that swings in your favor to doing whatever, Taurus. Just know there are going to be some outside circumstances that are going to determine how quickly you move, and whether or not you move, or you may decide, some of you may truly decide to stay in a relationship. I don't have that feeling real strong. It feels like a lot of you are just going to be like, fuck it, I'm out. And again, looking for anything, but just know there's going to be some outside forces and outside influence in that. Fulfillment of wishes and the Four of Wands, I literally would have to take both of these like this. And it's just going to be a thing, Taurus, where you are not going to feel like this situation is complete. Fulfillment of wishes, not there, not happening, no promotion, no step up, none of that. And again, sitting up under this, and that's the feeling. You know, you've tried. It feels like a lot of you have tried to be patient, and somebody finally just poked the bull one time too many, and fuck it. But you may be feeling like this situation doesn't have a full sense of closure, because you never really had a full sense of the relationship, especially if you got extra folks hanging out in the wings. I'm just throwing that out there. So you may have a period in the middle of all of this where you're trying to answer these questions. I thought my wishes were fulfilled. What happened? I thought we were going to get married. This is in there, folks. I'm sorry. What happened? I thought we were going to get engaged. What happened? This is that energy. And as you begin to think about everything that's gone on in your relationship, if you don't see this situation or this person clearly, you will. Trust me, you will. Many of you may already see how this person, and it's too late. for a lot of you, that you're seeing it now, but the lessons are not there just for you, Taurus. So know that part. There are lessons in here for everybody, it feels like. And this is a situation where everybody needs to take something away from the situation. You're going to feel this way. It's okay. You may need, some of you may need to, you know, get with your posse, crew up, hang out, do some talking. Some of you may need to go talk to a professional, because it seems like at one point, come right back to this, there was a lot of this. There was a lot of this. But Taurus, I don't know, I'm just feeling like you didn't open your eyes soon enough, or you thought everything was going to be okay. Maybe your partner was kind of leading you to believe everything was going to be okay, and it didn't happen. At the end of all of this, it's gonna be about whether or not, some of you may have kids together. Besides this little situation, Taurus and Sagittarius may have kids together, and it's going to be about you trying to come up with a new approach to the partnership and alliance that you have with your partner. Some of you may have some business endeavors. Some of you might be something as simple as sharing a car. And so if you decide to get out of this relationship and break up, you're going to have to adjust the partnership part. Others of you, you may have friends that will be able to help you while you're making whatever transition you need to make. That's the message here for that. It seems like a lot of you, though, feels like a lot of y'all are just stuck and you don't know which way to go. Kind of just standing in the middle of the road right there, like, the fuck, I don't know what to do. You know what you want to do, but you know, when you've been in relationships for periods of time, you know, you got all your mail been coming to the same place for the past 3 years. You had your car insurance down because y'all were living in a good neighborhood, and now this shit. And sometimes when you start feeling like all of that, you can start feeling overwhelmed and like everything coming down on you all at once, especially up in your head. You just feel that. So take your time going through this, Taurus. Where you can, take your time. Those of you that are married, I'm looking at the Justice card again, and having to, it's on the table, it's in play everywhere, having to talk to attorneys, settling property. Why is management coming up? Whatever that's about. Maybe somebody managing property, or getting someone to manage your property because you don't want to sell it. You want to split the funds 50-50 if you rent it out, or Airbnb it, or whatever that case may be. Move slow through this, Taurus. Don't rush. You have an inkling of what you want to do. Take your time. If you're in a situation where you don't have to get out of it right away and gotta move tomorrow, whatever. If you can take your time, take your time. Sagittarius, if you're cross-watching, there's no need to get petty. There's no need to get careless. There's no need to do all the extra. It's not needed. If the relationship is coming to a natural end on its own, you got a tower sitting up there. You don't need any extra added anything. So if you can keep the petty out, I know. Y'all like, you didn't call me petty. I'm not trying to call you petty, but I know when you get into situations like this and you don't want them to end, or you don't want them to end the way they're ending, yeah, you can get petty. You can just get petty. You know, when you're going to do this, I'm going to do that. Try to keep that out of it. And Sagittarius, I'm talking to you, but Taurus, if it applies to you, same. Just try to be civil, if that's possible. There's a lot of sharp edges on the board, so I know there's a lot of arguing and disagreement and tension. You can't keep that going forever. You're going to have to sit down at some point and talk about all of it, especially if you're married and you're thinking about getting a divorce. You're going to have to sit down and talk about it. You have to act like adults and not throw shit and scream at the top of your lungs and do all this craziness. Walk it off, damn it. If the conversation is not going the way you think it needs to go, or y'all get ready to get left to center with some shit and start arguing, walk it off. Call on your angels. This is not easy shit to go through. It's not for either one of you. It's just not. So if that means you need to pray or some other shit, do it. Do it. You can come out of this in a manner ready to heal once you're out of it. But if you're going to fight every step of the way, it's going to take you just that much longer to heal through all of that. Because you're not doing anything now, but just hurting each other. So, instant feedback. See dude rubbing his tummy, that's your intuition. Taurus, this is you. Follow your intuition. Whatever you're thinking about doing, people you may be thinking about cutting off besides your partner that you no longer want to be bothered with. Maybe even for some of you, stop going to certain places because people are there. Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. Make a note of it. You're thinking about which way to go, what's going to be the best thing for you and whatever part of the family. Make a note of it. You may come across some things as you're thinking about this. Make a note of it. Make a note of it. I guess I'll do the rebel cards. I don't know. Rebel cards tell the truth, though. I have to put that out there. They do tell the truth. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. So whichever the two of you, Taurus is you. It's you. You just didn't want to see some of this. I hear you. You thought it was gonna just get better. But pull your head out of your ass. Look at this shit for what it's worth. That's just really just ping-ponging all off of this. At some point, you got it. Bam. Hopes, wishes, dreams, all in one fell swoop. And you just kind of laid back. And there was a point, it feels like, Taurus, when you should have actually been setting some boundaries. And you didn't. Excuse me. Just kind of laying back and thinking, okay, I'm going to give my partner all the space and time they need to work on whatever, which was fine, but you didn't put, it feels like you just didn't put any framework around it. So that's how it was able to get out of control. You are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. So just because this shit's going on, don't mean that you are not loved. You are loved and you are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. Just saying. Just saying. Figure shit out on your own. That's what the back of this says. Figure shit out on your own. So that's really kind of going to the point, those of you that may want to be talking to your friends, even your good friends, about what should I do. And I know I said somewhere down here, you need to posse up. You do need to get with your family, and you do need to get with your people, whoever this is resonating with, Taurus and Sagittarius, so you can begin to heal. Family and people that know you, your friends, your real true friends, are the best solve in the world when you're hurting, because they know who you are. They're not gonna bullshit you and do a whole lot of dumb shit. They're gonna tell you if you fucked up, if the other person fucked up, and more often than not gonna have your side anyway. That is healing energy, and you need that. But then there's another side to that where we can just kind of dump our souls out on our friends or friend, your best friend, however that's resonating, and think that they're going to give you the answer, or they're going to, whatever answer they give you is going to be the thing that works. Figure shit out on your own. Nobody knows your situation better than you. There's a lot of little shit that goes into relationships that other people just don't think about or aren't aware of. Figure this shit out on your own, Taurus. That part of what to do next is probably the part I wouldn't be asking anybody but yourself, because it's critical. All the major energy on the board, whatever you're deciding to do, is going to have major impact in your life, especially with this tower up here in your overall energy. So just know that whatever decisions you're taking on in the month of March with your Sagittarius, there are major implications to all of it. I'm going to leave it here, Taurus and Sagittarius. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend, a good 29th of February day tomorrow, and a good first day of March on Sunday. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.